Hi, Kim Wasson here with another edition of Stuff That Helps. Today I want to talk about managing projects in a pandemic, since that's what we're all facing right this very minute. A lot of this is going to be very applicable to managing remote teams, but with everybody at home, we have some additional complications to the already complicated nature of managing remote teams. Right now, you really need to focus on the people. The process is going to take care of itself. The people, your team's having a rough time, and you need to help lead them through this. The first thing is video conferencing. Now, I've always been promoting video conferencing. I think it's really important, and you've probably already discovered how important it is in a situation like this, especially when people are not in remote offices. They are all in their homes. So you really want to let people see each other and draw them together as a team. Remember that they have a common goal. Remember that they have a support structure. Some of the overall concepts still apply. When people can see each other, they're nicer. When people can see each other, they don't go on mute and go off and do some other thing. So all of those still apply. Now, if you have people who haven't used the video conferencing tool before, give them some individual instruction. We've all seen the video of the woman who turned herself into a potato and the Saturday Night Live video where someone takes their laptop into a bathroom during a video conference. So we don't want any of that to happen. Make sure people are comfortable, because now they've got this added stress of a new tool. So make sure they're comfortable before you start. Also, a study out of Georgetown has shown that video and audio conferencing, not surprisingly, exacerbate the problems that women have being heard in meetings. And I also know that this is true from my own experience for just introverted people in the meetings. The extroverts really kind of take over. So you need to be really sure to combat that, because it's going to make tempers really flare right now. So, as I always say, take roll at the beginning. You'll need it for the minutes, but more than that, you can record who's weighed in on a subject, and more importantly, who hasn't. So you can poll people. You can make sure that everybody's opinion is heard. And definitely use the raise hand function that most of the video conferencing tools have. But overall, the biggest thing you need to do to deal with this is to be flexible. Be flexible with your meeting times, first of all. Meeting times that worked when everybody was in the office may not work now when they're dealing with kids and spouses at home and deliveries and bandwidth issues. So make sure that you check that your regularly scheduled meetings are still really going to work for everybody, because you need to get them together and you need to have them able to pay attention and to participate. But flexibility overall, people may not meet their original schedules. They're dealing with a lot of stuff just like you are, and things may be harder. They're not in a work environment. They may be having a little trouble focusing. So make sure that you're flexible on schedules, on work times, and in those video conferences, because you're going to have, I look like this so that everybody realizes this is what we all look like. No one's putting on makeup for your daily stand-ups. Unless they're living with a hair stylist, no one's getting their hair done. If you're lucky, people will be dressed like I am. You're going to have people in their pajamas. You're going to have cats and dogs and kids and spouses wandering around. You're going to have doorbells ringing because everyone's getting things delivered. So just try to focus on the work and address it with some humor and a lot of patience. And it's okay to ask questions, right? Does your cat always sit on your keyboard? Does everybody's cat sit on their keyboard? Use it to things can be a little less formal. Well, they're going to be a lot less formal, but they can also be a little less at a distance. You can be a little more personal, not a lot, but a little more personal when you're working in this kind of situation. It's going to help your team realize that everybody is in the same boat and everybody's working together to try to solve a problem. You, though, are going to need to check in with every one of your people every day. And you need to do it by video, if at all possible. Not for a long time, 10 minutes. Get status, help them prioritize, provide a sympathetic ear, be a cheerleader, all those things to make them realize that things are still going on at work, life is going to return to normal, and someone is on their side. Also, people in an office are used to walking around talking to each other, so definitely encourage your folks to call each other on video conference. Something like Skype is quick and it's easy, and everybody can have it. They can do it on their phones. But if you're going to do this, you need to make sure that there is a way to say, I'm not available right now. And most of the video conferencing tools have an I'm away kind of thing, and make sure that everybody respects that. Beyond that, and I always advocate this anyway, but for remote teams, have some text chat groups going that have everybody in the team, so that if someone's got to go put the baby down, walk the dog, pick up a delivery, they're not missing what's going on. The conversations go on in text, so when someone gets back in, they can see what happened and they can check in, and that's also going to help you check in and keep an eye on status and that kind of thing. And finally, patience and humor are going to get you through this. People are stressed. You're stressed. Tempers are going to flare. You're going to need to defuse things. You're going to need to watch for them to be ready to explode and back it off a little bit. And whenever you can, use humor in an appropriate way, of course. Absolutely do that. And remember, you got this. Oh, and one more thing. Always wear pants. Hope it helped.